Clio here and welcome to another reading vlog. So I just rounded off the previous vlog and I actually left it on maybe a little bit of a cliffhanger because I just received a package in the mail, and so I'm getting dungarees and I will show you guys them on a little bit later unless they don't fit. But so it is the second week of September. It's really just like I'm starting this vlog on Friday because I want my vlogs to go up on Friday always now, so I'm always going to kind of like do them until Wednesday I think in the future. So I will cut this one off on Wednesday and then have time to edit it on Thursday for it to come out on Friday. Now for September I'm joining Becca's Bookoplathon. Yes, I know, exciting, yes. So I am joining Becca's Bookoplathon, but I am rolling as I go. I have already completed one book, that will be my previous vlog, which you can see down below. And then I have a second roll, which is for which I need to read The Gospel of Loki by Joanne M. Harris. I also have two books currently reading, one of which I already talked about in my previous vlog, and we'll see whether I talk about it again if I happen to finish it during this vlog. But I am about like a little over halfway through that one, and then I have another book that I'm listening to on audio, which is 25% or something that I'm in that one. But so yeah, without further ado, let's just continue on with this video and I will update you guys when I have something to actually talk about. Too lazy to adjust my tripod, so I'm going to be sitting in this very uncomfortable position. So it is actually Monday evening already. I didn't update you guys a lot during the weekend. So I finished the book yesterday. I finished The New Wilderness by Diane Cook, but I will already have a book talk out for it normally by the time that this video goes up. So I will link that video down below in case you're interested. I will just keep it super brief in here, being that this is a book that was nominated for the Booker Prize 2020, so the new Booker Prize list. It's on the long list. The short list will be announced later this month. And it was the book that I was actually most excited about because the premise of this book is that we are looking at like a point within our future in which the vast majority of the world has become uninhabitable and people live in cities mainly, but cities have become so polluted that it's also a danger, especially to young people, to live there. And so our protagonist is actually a woman who decides that she needs to escape the city because her daughter's health is very much at risk. So she becomes one of the first people to take part in a study that will take them into the wilderness states. Now the wilderness state is a place that is completely protected from the outside world. People are not supposed to be going there because it is a place where like the environment needs to readjust, needs to heal from human presence. So they are allowed to go there, but they have to stay, they have to live as a nomadic people, they have to move around all the time. Now, while our protagonist has gone there in order to save her daughter's life, the longer that they are there, the more that she starts to feel like her daughter is becoming too wild, like she's estranging from her daughter for other reasons. Based on that premise, I was expecting it to be a little bit more dark, a little bit more of a action-packed book as well. But while at the very beginning there's this sort of like indications of like people dying and the gruesome decisions that they have to make concerning these things, because they always have to put the safety of the group they always have to keep the safety of the group in mind, you know. Is it worth, you know, trying to save a certain person if the acts you need to take in order to save that person are going to endanger the entire group, for example. And so there are these things in the beginning that definitely make me think like that was going to be a huge part of this book, but later, like, I don't think that the dangers of the wilderness are that big of a part in the rest of the book, which I find to be quite sad that that didn't take part of it, because that's obviously a big part of the reality of living in the wild the way that they are living, with, you know, no sort of, you know, they're very much living the way that an original native population would have lived off of the land. And while I did like the fact that we're looking at a complex mother-daughter relationship, I was also expecting this daughter to really go wild, and I never really felt like that was happening. The book was very much a drone for a long part of the book. Nothing seemed to be happening. So in the end, it's not like I totally dislike this book, but I am quite indifferent to it. But so now I actually have a little bit of a dilemma. So I am participating in Becca's Bookoplathon, and I have done 2 rolls. I did 2 rolls because my first roll was a double, so I immediately did the second roll as well. But so I read the second roll book, but I haven't read the first roll book. I want to roll again, but I want to read that book first. But I also want to pick up another book at this point. So the book that I'm supposed to be picking up for that first roll is The Gospel of Loki by Joanne M. Harris, which is a Norse mythology retelling, which I should have read for the Of Queens, Witches and Valkyries book club in August, but I didn't. But Sarah, who's running that book club, has just put a tweet out there that she's absolutely in love with the September book. She just finished it. The September book is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-García, and that is a Mayan-inspired mythology retelling. And, you know, that's just made me super pumped, super excited to dive into that one now. So I don't know what to do. But so yeah, I'm just gonna be debating these life choices a little bit more, and then I guess I need to make a decision. In any case, I already have Gods of Jade and Shadow on my Kindle at the moment, so I already have that option available. I have the Gospel of Loki physically, so I'll just have to make a decision, and yeah. But I want to be reading something, because I didn't read too much during the weekends. I just watched a whole lot of BookTube and then listened to a little bit of the audiobook for The New Wilderness. And I'm starting to feel like it's time to pick something back up, you know. I'm really anxious to dive into some more literature at the moment. Well, so we are Tuesday, and yeah, I didn't update you guys yesterday evening anymore because both my batteries went down. I mean, I must say I'm somewhat proud of the fact that this is the first time this has happened, I think, since I have 2 batteries. I'm always very good about putting in the one battery when I change my batteries, but so must have had something go wrong there. But so last night the decision was actually made for me. So as I said, I was going to do a try chapter tag in order to decide, and so I read the first chapter of The Gospel of Loki. I read like the list of characters, the prologue, the first chapter. I was really loving it. I was actually thinking about, you know, not reading the first chapter of my other option and just leaving it at that. But then I decided, like, you know what, let's just read that first chapter of that other book as well, and then hopefully I will just love both of them and then be super excited about both of them. Which ended up happening. I lay down with my phone to read on my Kindle app for the other book, and my cat lay down on top of me, so for the rest of the evening I had to read that one. But honestly speaking, the rest of the evening really wasn't that long, because like recently I've been super tired. I thought I'd like recovered last week when I was on holiday, but yesterday as well, like I was reading it, like 2 chapters I think I read, but I was so tired throughout. but I'm really enjoying that one. So let me give you a synopsis for that one, as that will be the book that I'm like continuing on until tomorrow when I'm ending this vlog. So the book that I ended up going with is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-García. This is a Mayan mythology inspired book in which we are following our protagonist Cassiopeia, which by the way is such a beautiful name. Now Cassiopeia is a young woman who is living and working with her grandfather. She is taking care of him, but there's not really a lot of love lost between the two of them. She's basically just taking care of this grumpy old man until he passes away and he can leave her some money so that she can escape the situation. However, early on it is implied by one of her less likable relatives that her grandfather hasn't really left her any money in his will. She gets very angry at the situation, and when opportunity presents itself, she decides to open a super secret box that her grandfather has that he never allows anybody to look at. And it turns out that there's a reason for that, because she inadvertently sets loose the god of death into the world. Now she is immediately bound to him, and the quicker that they can get this god's body reassembled, yes, you, the less likely that she will die, because her life force is now linked to his. So I'm obviously expecting a big adventure story, but I'm also of course somewhat expecting a romance to develop between this god and this young girl, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this story is going to go, where it's going to take us. Sarah from Voice to Words, who organized this book club, she has already finished it and has given it 5 stars, so I'm very excited to see what I will be thinking of it, and hopefully I have something more about this book to check in with you guys tomorrow, because I do plan to continue on with that one tonight and then tomorrow evening, so hopefully I'm like halfway through it or something like that tomorrow when I update you guys. So it is now Thursday during my lunch break, and I'm just going to round up the vlog here. So sadly I didn't get as far into the book as I thought I was going to get, but actually that was really an overestimation, because yesterday I had like the owners meeting of my building, so I mean yesterday evening I couldn't really read all that much, but I did manage to get over a quarter of the way, close to a third of the way I think, but I am still very much in the early stages of this book, so I cannot really give you too much of an opinion about it yet, because I'm still very much like, I still haven't gotten to the point where I'm hooked. You know, I'm liking it just fine. There are definitely already some passages that I've marked because I thought that they were very pretty, or because they had some very nice messages in them, some very nice quotes in them. But you know, I haven't had that moment of being like hooked into the story, really wanting to like have a fast read through it because I just want to continue on, want to know what's happening. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm still hopeful that it will happen at some point. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see in next week's vlog what will happen with that. So for this week I am trying to remember what I actually read this week. So I finished The New Wilderness within this vlog, I'm assuming, and I started Gods of Jade and Shadow within this vlog. Next vlog will once again be a full week's vlog. This one was a little bit shorter and the previous one was as well, but next week we will have a full week again. And hopefully I will finally get around to rolling the second time for Becca's Bookoplathon, because this week I ended up not doing anything for Becca's Bookoplathon. But so yeah, that's it for this week's vlog, and yeah, see you guys for the next one. Bye!